Greetings, welcome to the RC Wall Vacuum channel. Today's video is going to involve some more fabricating on the Vekta 5 LSE. It's going to be some welding with the Everlast and some machining and some 3D printing. But to save a lot of video time, I'm going to do a lot of it off camera. So let's take a look at what this is. So this here is a CAD rendering of a conceptual model. And as you can see, plainly see there, it's a combination receiver and battery box for the Vekta. And this was the concept model, but as you'll see as I go on here, that the real world model I kept pretty close to this. Some of the dimensioning changed. Actually, I was able to expand it quite a bit on the real world model over this CAD model. So the body is made out of 6061 aluminum, all welded up, and the covers are going to be 3D printed out of carbon fiber reinforced nylon. So let's head to the shop and we'll start putting this thing together. So I fast forward a little bit and went ahead and did the fixturing and got it roughly tacked together. Still got to put the base on it yet, but I want to see how it's going to fit in there before I weld it in there. So as you can see, the antenna comes right on the inside of that pipe there. I had to machine that little nipple out, and getting that welded down in there was a bit of a trick. I did want to maximize the amount of box I get into that chassis. I wanted the most space as possible, and that's actually working. Looks like it's going to work out pretty well. I got just enough clearance in behind on the drive shaft, the drive cup there, and we're up here along the servo. So back here at where the receiver is going to sit, I'll be milling that out, putting a couple posts on there, and this cover will snap down in there. I got to figure out yet how I'm going to bring the cables through there yet. And then up in front we got obviously that door, and then this is I got this flush mount push switch, and it's got a blue LED in there. It's supposed to be waterproof and dust proof, and the lousy switches I run on here are those lousy types. I just have so much trouble with those things. I'm so sick of dealing with them. So I'm going to try a different type of switch. Plus they're cool illuminated. So for access to the battery, I'm coming out the front the way it was with the Vekta before. I would like to have come out of the top, but you can see it's going to be tough to have a top opening. So I'm sticking with the side mount issue, or side mount style, and I got to make the post setups for either side. It'll be clipped in there. I like that clips. It's just so much. This is so fast and secure. And plus, this does give you quick access out the front. So I still got to get the base plate tacked into there and then everything welded up. Like I said, I wanted to make sure this was going to work. So that gives you plenty of space for the battery. The switch will obviously sit down in there, somewhere in there. I'm not exactly sure where. And then the kill switch will be mounted up here. I'm going to have an upcoming video on. I'm only a couple weeks away from having the official PCB for the kill switch. So yeah, a tiny fraction of that size, and it's going to have some diagnostics on the LED built in with the software, and at least a preliminary, and then I'll add on as I go. So for now, I'm just going to pull this thing back out of here, put the base on it, and weld it up solid. So the box is now pretty much all put together. I got all the machining done on it. I still got to put the holes in the side for the hitch pin clips, and then it'll have to be all cleaned up, polished, and I got to do the finished welding on it. But all the machining set up, and I got grooves cut, or slots cut on either side to bring in the servos and the kill switch on that side. There's where the push switch is going to be, or the main power switch. I got this in here. This in here is kind of dual purpose. It gives me more material to thread into, and it also is going to be there to put the battery in place. Battery slips right in there. I have the ability to actually now put two batteries in there. It'd be probably a quick swap out if you're doing racing or something like that. And then back here, receiver drops down in there, and then we already seen where the antenna, it'll come up out of there. And it's got the two covers, so they only got to take the one off to get the battery. And then, of course, it's got the one back here for the receiver, which you shouldn't normally have to get off there too often. So I got to get through and polish the thing up a little bit and get all the grain patterns correct, clean it up good, and then I got to do the finished welding and then install it. And I got to do some soldering on that switch. I got to put an extra resistor on there because the LED in there is set for 5 to 6 volts, not 8.4. But we'll get to that in a couple seconds. So this is the first of several welds that have to be done on this thing. I'm going to hold off on welding in a bunch of spots. I'm just going to take and tack it good and solid because it really don't need to be welded up that solid. I'm not really concerned about watertight, and it's just probably going to cause a lot of distortion if I really get carried away with it. Trick to get up in here and make sure you don't burn down those edges. You have to have a nice flat surface there to get the cover down onto it. So I got it welded, ready to go. The only thing that has to come out to get it in here is the servo arm for steering. And I'm using 4 existing holes for the bottom of it to mount it. And it surprisingly drops in there pretty well. It's a shoehorn fit, and there's really no movement once it's in there. But I got probably about 15 to 18 thousandths clearance in the back there on that shaft. And I'm right up tight down here. Got clearance and everything else. And right down here is the access port for the receiver. And I'll put in there with carpet tape, and then this is going to be the antenna coming up and out of here. Get this thing back out of here. And then this is the cover for that. That just snaps down on there. And then I'll get, I got to put the hitch pin clips in there and fit that down in. It's a nice snug fit, that's for sure. And then over here at the battery compartment, so before it slides in there, plenty of room. I could easily put another battery up there. The switch drops down here, and that'll be wired in, and this is going to hopefully protect the switch from getting smashed from the battery. And then we got the cover. And that too gets hitch pin clipped in there. So I'm going to be pulling it back out of there because I got to go get the correct abrasives and polish for the aluminum. I don't have the right stuff to get the scratches out of it. So that'll be it for this video. Next video I'm going to wire the thing in and take it up and give it a test run. So until then, thanks for watching.